Hello and welcome to our webinar demonstration of the Gutermann Aquascan correlating leak locator. My name is Eric Galosi. I'll be your host for today. I am the commercial director for Gutermann USA. And with me today, assisting me behind the scenes is Max Ward. Um, He's
Hello.
located up in our, hello Max, how are
Hey,
you today?
I'm good.
All right, very good. We have a good number of attendees joining in today, so I'm going to give another few seconds here for Max to admit everyone and to have everyone settled in here.
All right, I'll let you know.
Okay. And on the screen, you'll see some basic instructions. If you want to enter a question, please submit it via the chat. At the end of this demonstration, I'll be more than willing to answer some of those questions. So Max will keep that question chat via the chat organized. And without further ado, let's get started on the Gutermann Aquascan demonstration. Real briefly, Gutermann is the leading provider of leak detection equipment. We have offices throughout the globe. Our main office based in Switzerland. Our main USA office is based in Newmarket, New Hampshire. And there's the US team consisting of a sales and office support and administration. And we have plenty of customers that count on and rely on the Gutermann full line of products for their leak detection activities. If you would ever need a reference, reach out to us and we can provide references on all of our equipment. So Max, if everyone's settled in, we will get going.
Yep, so far so good. No complaints.
All right, great.
You're all set.
Okay. Leak noise correlators. This demo today, we are going to concentrate on the real-time correlation equipment provided by Gutermann. This is equipment that I characterize as your emergency equipment. You've got water bubbling up on the 100 block of Elm Street. You need to get out there immediately, quickly with reliable equipment. You're going to run a quick correlation from hydrant to hydrant or mainline valve at the intersection to mainline valve at the other intersection. And you want to pinpoint your leak immediately so you can begin digging and fixing the leak. And that's what the Aquascan line of equipment is designed to do. Very easy to use, very quick and responsive, very portable, very durable, and the ability to listen during the day with lots of other sounds going on, and easy to use. So we have three main products in the Aquascan line, starting with the 610. This is our cordless leak locator. This is our workhorse product. It's a standalone processor, meaning that your kit consists of what you see here on the screen, your A and B sensors, and a handheld purpose-built processor. Oops. Hold on here. The accessories that come in the kit, in addition to your processor and sensors, you have your extension antenna extensions. This allows you to lower the processor down onto the valve and maintain decent radio contact with your sensors. The equipment also has a charging unit and a three-headed charging cable. The charging cable allows you to charge all three devices at the same time. And of course, a set of headphones for doing your listening. Here is the standalone processor that comes with the 610, very rugged, durable, weather resistant. A chargeable unit takes about 30 minutes to give the unit a full charge. With that charge, you'll get a full day, at least a full day of service out in the field. The operation of the processor is designed to be very simple to use. I call it mitten proof. If you're out in the middle of the winter having to shoot a leak with this, you can keep your gloves on, keep your mittens on, and with large, easy to press push buttons, you can navigate all of the features of the processor. There's the charging cable, which does come as a 12 volt, so you can charge it up in your truck. And these are the buttons along the screen, along the sides of the processor. You have a power button, which allows backlighting. And then all of your data input is just simply by doing the up and down, executing the up and down buttons and a select button. And that will give you the ability to run through your full list of menu items. The processor does have filtering capabilities. The processor open window, its full hearing range is 0 to 2500 hertz. And you have the ability then to set those high and low hertz range criteria filtering ability manually. There also is a secondary filter, which we call the notch filter, and that allows you to scroll to notch out your electrical frequencies, which are typically 60 hertz. So by notching out the electrical frequencies, this unit basically is deaf to the deceptive sound of electricity. The unit also has an advanced spectrum analysis, which runs an additional higher level of filtering analysis, so you can begin to really pinpoint and get down on those hard to find leaks. The main menu then is a list of the settings, managing your measurements. All of your measurements done on this unit can be saved and viewed through viewing software. Your screen control, your language and distance and time settings and date settings. So basically the full line of operations to get the unit up and running. And then of course there is a headphone connection. You can use the headphone to listen to the leak as these sensors are down on their valves. So that's the Aquascan 610 with the standalone processor. Our next level of Aquascan is the 620L. And what separates the 620L from the 610 is that instead of the handheld built-in purpose-built processor, the listening and leak detection analysis software is a Windows-based software. Therefore, you can download the software onto a laptop and do the leak analysis using your laptop. There are some distinctive features and advantages to this, which I'll get to in a second. The unit then will now come with a communication link, which on this screen that you're seeing here is the that gray box with the Aquascan 620L label on it. That is a communication link that will allow communication between the sensors, the A and B sensors, and the leak detection software. It's a Bluetooth connection between the comlink and the computer, and an RF, a radio frequency connection between the comlink and the processors. The 620L accessories also include all the same charging and antenna extensions and headphones that come with the 610. And then a higher level of processor than our highest package is the Aquascan TM2. This is our trunk main correlator. And this kit, in addition to your A and B sensors and your comlink, this kit also includes hydrophones. The hydrophones allow you to directly tap into your water system, and the hydrophones will do a higher level of listening. Hydrophones are typically used on your large diameter and plastic or long run plastic. The hydrophones add a higher level of listening capability because they are tapped into the water system. So the TM2 kit allows you to access and utilize the hydrophones. Also, a set of antenna extensions are included with the kit. The TM2 is a correlator that is functional over greater distances, long distances. So those two antenna extensions, those stands, the antenna stands, are included with the kit. And you can see the tripod stands here. In all of the kits, the sensors are pretty much the same. There are a few differences between the casing and the housing. We do offer aluminum housing and stainless steel. But the features that are similar to all of them, it's a rechargeable device. You charge it up, and again, 15, 30 minutes of charging will give you a full day of work out of your sensors. And they can't be overcharged either. So if you are charging them up over the weekend in the shop, that's perfectly fine. And your kits come with the A and B antennas and the antenna extensions. There are two settings on these sensors. We do have these sensors have a lower frequency concentration range for when they are listening on plastic pipe. So these sensors are good for the full range of pipe materials and diameters. And the key features of the sensors, of course, here is the three-headed charging cable. And there are the charging cable ports with protective caps on top of the sensors. And the power button is located on top of the sensor. It's a simple, easy, single press button to power on the sensors. To toggle between your plastic and your all other materials, it's a simple press of the button. Plastic will give you a blinking red light, and all other pipe materials will be a steady red. And when you are doing correlation in either of these settings, you just want to make sure that both your settings are turned on and are on the same setting, either plastic or the all other pipes. And the antennas and antenna extensions, bright, easy to identify flags as you're standing back and doing your processing. You can easily identify which sensor is A and B. And the antenna extensions that allow you to lower that sensor down into a deeper valve. The antenna is attached to the BNC connection here, which has a magnetic base. You can just simply magnetically attach it to the valve lid that's sitting off to the side there, and now you'll maintain good radio connection, so you can continue uninterrupted to do your leak detection. And the sensors have a handy loop and eye bolt to help you lower down the sensor into the valve chamber. And then the TM2, the 620L and the TM2 involve again, you're using a Windows-based tablet, Bluetooth connected to the comlink, and a radio connection to the A and B sensors. Real easy connection to do. And now, because you are using a Windows-based software program, Our application, the viewing application, has a tremendous amount of benefit and some great features. Again, very easy to use, maintaining, following that Gutermann easy to use, easy to identify the buttons. You've got a great and easy to identify dashboard on the right of the correlation graph that allows you to enter your pipe data, set your filtering, listening to your A and B sensors. And your record and start and stop and your filtering features are all easily maintained. So how the processor simply works is when you get out to the leak detection site, you're going to deploy your two sensors, and it's going to ask you to input your edit your pipe and input your pipe segment. So you'll put in your 500 feet of 4-inch ductile iron in this case. The sound velocity is the velocity figure that is already built into the software. That sound velocity will help these sensors pinpoint exactly where the leak is located on the length of pipe. That sound velocity is an automatically generated figure based upon your pipe material and pipe diameter that you just manually inputted into the edit pipe box. Once your pipe material diameter is set, you're going to just tap the prepare new correlation button. You will get an indicator that the system is connected. And in a second here, I am going to open up my one of the trunk main windows. Let me back out of here real quick. I'm going to open up here is the 620L and the trunk main 2 operating dashboard. I'm actually going to do a live leak correlation. Okay, hold on. There we go. So doing a leak detection using the software, I'm going to tap on my create pipe. I've got my length. The material can be selected with this drop down. So I'm going to say I'm going to be on cast iron. Your diameter can be selected, 8-inch. Your sound velocity is automatically created due to that. And then I'm going to hit prepare new correlation. I'm going to discard my old leak. And I'm going to hit the start button. And I'm creating an artificial leak right here at my desk by scratching in between my two sensors. You can see as the leak is automatically correlated, the data is coming in. The top graph is your visual location of the leak on the length of pipe. As you can see right now, the leak would be 254.8 feet measured from sensor A and 245.2 feet if you measured from sensor B. And then the lower graph shows you your A and B and your coherence frequencies. Most importantly, the software gives you a quality. So as you can see in this case here, we've got a quality of 100% telling me I've got a great leak. But the best feature, I think, of the 620 and the 620, the trunk main 2, is the auto feature filter. By clicking the auto filter button, you allow the software to automatically search for the best filter range, the best filter range that they're hearing the leak, and this is an automatic feature. So the 620L and the trunk main 2 software programs, you can see the filter is moving around as we my sensor. So that filter moves around as it's doing its leak detection, comes up with the best placement for your leak. And I hit stop, and I've got my leak pinpointed. So that's real simple use of the trunk main and the 620L software program. And then finally, as I mentioned, with the trunk main 2, hydrophones are included in the kit. These hydrophones are designed to be used when you have long stretches of typically plastic. A lot of our rural water authorities have long stretches of PVC pipe with very little access via the valves. So the hydrophones can help immensely in that situation. These hydrophones can be adapted to fit on hydrant nozzles or blow-off valves, anywhere you've got a connection to your water system. The hydrophone becomes the sensor then when being used with the trunk main 2 equipment. The leak is sensed through the water column into the hydrophone. The hydrophone is doing the sensing, and then these cables that you see in the picture here connect from the top of the hydrophone to the sensors, and then the sensors are typically placed outside the valve. And at this point, the sensors now are simply just acting as radio transmitters and are sending the data, the leak sound that the hydrophones are collecting, and sending that data to your comm link and to your laptop. And then analyzing the data through the hydrophones is just like analyzing the data that we just saw a minute ago on the laptop software. So hydrophones, highly recommended if you are searching for those leaks on long stretches of plastic or large diameter mains, trunk line or transmission mains. And the advantage being is these sensors are sensing the sound of the leak through the water column. And sound travels very, very good through the water column, thus improving your ability to hear what you would typically hear if these sensors were on the valves. In that case, you're listening to the sound as it travels through the wall of the pipe. And we all know the plastic can prove challenging because the soft material plastic doesn't allow the energy of the sound to travel quite as far. And with that demo of the 610, 620L and trunk main 2 correlator, I will field any questions that anyone has. And I think Max has already let everyone know that if you're an attendee of today's webinar, we're going to thank you. Thank you for coming and listening today, and offer you a 5% discount on any equipment that you purchase from this, any of the Aquascan equipment that you purchase from this this webinar. Max,
Right, Eric?
hi Max, do we have any
Hey.
questions?
Yeah, we have a question about
Okay.
about detecting multiple leaks on multiple segments of pipe of different
Yes,
materials.
yes, that's a good question.
Yep.
I'm going to zoom back to my my desktop software. Both the 610 and the 620L and the TM2, they give you the ability to input multiple segments of pipe if you indeed have multiple segments between your A and B sensor. And when you are doing leak detection activity, you always want to try to input the best and most accurate information into the pipe data, so the equipment can pinpoint the leak with greater accuracy. And to add a segment, you just simply add segment. In this case here, you go in, I'm going to put in 200 feet of PVC, 8-inch. And now I've just easily now put in my 2 segments of pipe. You can add up to 9 segments if you so choose. And if I hit prepare new correlation, you will see once I hit the prepare new correlation and start the leak, you will see on the graph your divider point here on the icon of where your materials have separated. So in this example here, I had 500 feet of ductile iron or cast iron, and then 200 feet of PVC. So the software actually gives you a visual location. So as you can see, the little leak I'm running here, our leak is getting suspiciously close to that that junction. Good question.
All right, I think no more questions coming in, but if you want to do a, oh, actually, we got another one. Question about what's the sensitivity range for CI, DI, AC, and PVC in terms of distance between
Good question.
sensors? I think, yeah.
Yeah, good question. If I go back into my pipe material, oops, hold on here, add a segment. Material. You can see we have a full list of pipes that you can choose from to establish your sound velocity. And the question is, how does that material affect the ability for sound basically to travel down the pipeline to the sensors? In order to correlate and to pinpoint exactly where the leak is, that sound on the length of pipe needs to travel down and be received by both sensors. Sound travels very good on hard, brittle materials such as ductile iron and cast iron. As that material gets softer and it works down to copper, lead, AC, PVC, that material gets softer and it absorbs the energy of the sound quicker. So therefore, the sound does not have the ability to travel quite as far as it does on your cast iron and ductile irons. These sensors are very accurate and very sensitive to the sound. I typically, when deploying these sensors, if I'm on cast iron, ductile iron, I'm very comfortable with 7, 8, 900, 1,000 feet. I've seen correlations of 1,500 feet, 2,000 feet between sensors. But on your ductile iron and cast, easily 700 to 1,000 feet, and they'll hear the sound. Once you get down to the middle, and AC is sort of the middle between the cast and the plastic. You're looking at then around 700-800 feet between sensors to ensure the optimum listening. And then when you get down to the PVCs, putting your sensors 400-500 feet apart is recommended as that material gets quieter or gets softer. Um, but the nice thing about these sensors, they are very small, they're very compact. And if you don't have mainline valves to put these on, you can put them down on a hydrant valve, or you can even open up and put them in a meter setting. The sensor itself is about the size of a Coke can, and it's very, very compact. So it can squeeze down into a meter box. So by placing it on a meter box, you can reduce your distance, typically, between your main line or your hydrant valves. Good question. Thank you very much.
I have a question. Did we go over that? What is sold along with the 620 as far as a laptop or a tablet?
Yes, that's a good point. When you the 620L and the TM2, because they are Windows based, the kit comes with a rugged handheld Vanquisher Windows tablet. I have one of those tablets and they are fantastic. Not only to run your leak detection, but do all your other Windows based activity on. So and that Windows tablet will have the software necessary already downloaded onto the tablet. And the software, by the way, that you do get with the 620L and the TM2, that is a free software. You can put that software on as many laptop computers as you wish. Any other questions, Max?
Yeah, we have some questions about what's the battery life?
Great question. All of the equipment that you see, the sensors, the handheld processor, the comlink, it's all rechargeable. Your kit will come with the recharging plug. The equipment in the kit requires very little charging time. Charge up time, usually 15 minutes of charging, will give all of your equipment a full charge. And all of the equipment is designed to be charged to give you easily a full day worth of work out in the field, easily 8 hours worth of work. I've gotten 2, 3, 4 days of work out of my equipment. But never fear, if you are out in the field and the equipment begins to fade as far as the battery charge, a quick charge using the 12-volt adapter that comes with the kit into the lighter socket of your truck. And within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the equipment's charged back up again. And the battery life, that is a very durable rechargeable battery. So as I mentioned earlier, it cannot be overcharged. None of these batteries can be overcharged. So if you are plugging this stuff up in your shop and it may sit for a while because you don't have any immediate breaks, that's fine. Keep it all charged up. This way, when there is an emergency, you know that your equipment is ready to go.
All right, Eric, I think that's it for questions. Do you want to do a quick wrap up? And
Yes, yeah, very good. Thank you very much for attending our little demo webinar today. I have, if you have any questions or would like further information on the equipment, or if you want to arrange a real demonstration of the equipment, we can send demo equipment out to you. Give you a brief webinar training on how to use it, and it allows you to get your hands on the equipment and take it out in the field and to use it. We are that confident with the quality and accuracy and functionality, ease of use with this equipment that we will do that. So on your screen, you'll see the contact telephone numbers for the Gutermann team here in the United States. We do numerous webinars. This is probably our 6th or 7th one by now, Max. All kinds of great webinars, from Leak Detection 101 to our demonstrations of all of our other equipment, including the ZoneScan system and zonescan.net. So keep an eye out for those webinar trainings. A lot of them have been recorded, and we post them to YouTube. Also, too, if you have any need for credit trainings, we can offer those too. So if you are interested in getting extra credit, your professional development credits, we can certainly arrange doing something like that. So on behalf of myself and Max and the whole team of Gutermann USA and Gutermann Global, we thank you very much for attending, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot.
all right, thanks everyone.